Recording, and we straight. Nate, how you feeling today, my brother?
I'm chilling, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good weekend?
I had a cool weekend. Smooth.
Yeah, that's what's up,
I had
man.
a smooth one. A smooth
That's
one.
what's up, man.
Moved around a little bit.
Yeah.
But I had a cool one.
That's what's up, man. Anything perspective? Anything good?
I mean, I try to balance out my rest this week a little bit.
You got rest?
But I didn't do. I didn't get rest, but I got a lot of chill time. Let me fix the talk here real quick. But I do want to send a big shout out to everybody that's jumping on right now. Much love to y'all. All right, there we go. Talk in the middle. There we go. All right, so I'm Sport Brooklyn.
I'm Nate.
And this is Dungeon Talk, where we bring living room conversations right to the phone and invite you guys on as well. So this week itself has been a little up and down with what the events going on, especially in the South. It's been a lot going on in the South. Shout out, peace, my brother, peace. And we gon' link in this week, deep dive conversations and all that. But going back, I'm sorry.
No, you can keep on.
I segue. But it has been a little hectic with the hurricanes, man. I want to send a big shout out to everybody.
Yeah, man.
That's suffering from the hurricanes or that has suffered from it. That's tough to manage and go through, man.
Yeah, it is, man. And I feel bad for the people who lost a lot, man. Just lost everything, man. You know, I never experienced that because I live in New York City, man. But it's sad to see people from America not have nothing, man.
Yeah.
Have nothing, and people is crucial, man, because they sending money all over the world, and they don't help their own peoples, man.
It said, fuck that. Send me my money. Send me my money.
It's you good, man.
Yeah, it is messed up. It's amazing to me how when it comes to, like what they say, the homeland, when it comes to here, how a lot of money gets sent outside than the investment in the people here.
It's crazy though, because it's like, even with the military, you leave the military, you don't got no funds, man. You gotta fight for your funds, man. Look how bad it is. They underwater. They can't even get water, bro. There's no power. There's no nothing. And the government said that they was gonna send them $750, bro.
Yeah.
For what?
For what?
For what? What is that gonna do?
That's I mean,
that's a slap in the face,
that is,
bro.
I mean, during the last storm here, I forgot what it was, but the studio right here got flooded out.
I remember you telling me.
I got more than that.
No, you, cause.
But you see, you know what I'm saying? Some people lost their entire home.
Yeah.
My studio was just flooded out. You know what I'm saying? I still had the walls. I mean, a lot of stuff had to get gutted and painted, and all the wiring had to get lifted. Right now, all my wiring is up. But I got more than that.
That's sad, bro. That's sad, and they're expecting another storm. Yeah. They're expecting another one.
Yeah. I was on the phone with my brother Vinny, and he was telling me that they limiting how people could buy supplies.
That's crazy, though, bro.
And he's like, yo, now they only letting you get two things of water at a time or something to that nature.
That's like a pandemic. Same thing in a pandemic.
It is.
2 things of water.
Now, whenever there's like and this is my true belief. This is my belief. Whenever there's an effect, the market for sale, they strategically situate and capitalize on people's fears.
It's just crazy, but how people gonna, like, how they gonna live, bro? Like, how? Like, it's sad, bro. You see people on there crying. Like they have nothing, bro. It's just like in New Orleans. Same thing, bro. You know, I did the hurricane cleanup in Far Rockaway, and I couldn't believe that, and that was little.
That was little compared
That
to
was
yeah,
little,
that was
bro.
little.
And yo, Spud, it was boats on the street. Like it was bugged out to me. I thought I was bugging.
I lived in Howard Beach
Oh
during
my
that time,
God, bro.
and I lived in Howard Beach with my third grade teacher, Patricia Groves, and that time I left.
On the hurricane?
I wasn't in the area before. I was out here. The second floor, there was a water line.
Oh my God.
There was a water line. Like we went in there and they were like, don't go into the home to it could be condemned. So it was warning people not to go back in the home, and we went back into the home because she wanted to salvage whatever she can, and it was like refrigerator moved over here,
Yeah.
sofas turned over. There was like sea things, like I don't know if that was jellyfish. It was like things from the sea was in the house, and the water line was so high it blew my head.
I went out when I went there, Spud. You know the metal containers, them shits was in people's driveways. So I'm thinking I'm bugging. Like, damn, how the fuck? Like I know water didn't bring this shit all the way over here. Yo, Spud, I get to people's houses. Yo, there's sand. Like you can't even go in the basement. Nothing.
Nothing.
People,
Boats.
yeah, like boats.
People have
in
a boats in
I'm
front
like,
of their
nah,
crib.
bro. And the lady, one lady was like, oh, this was a little one. I'm like, this was a what? I'm like, this whole place is twisted. They had the FEMA truck. I don't know if it was FEMA or one of them, Red Cross on
Yeah.
121st Street. That's Bell Harbor. That's what it's called. Now, Bell Harbor and I forget the other side where you can't go in. Breezy Point.
Okay.
You can't go into Breezy Point. There's like you can't go in there. So from Breezy Point to Bell Harbor, you can actually get the truck. But if you lived in Far Rockaway, Edgemere, how can you get the truck?
Can't get to the truck.
Trains are not working.
Nothing. And there's only really one way in, one way out.
They're feeding you military meals. Them IED meals, them things with I actually
You gotta rip it.
you rip it, it's hot. They get Spud, I swear. It was lasagna, a Tootsie Roll,
Wait, a Tootsie Roll.
one Tootsie Roll inside the IED, whatever they call IED meals, whatever, and nothing to drink.
Wow. They gave a Tootsie Roll, baby.
So the people from Edgemere and Redfern, whatever they was at,
Yeah.
how could you get food? There's no supermarkets. Everything was underwater.
Stuck.
This is what I'm saying. And they didn't care. They didn't care, bro. So now these people and other places are underwater, and what is the government doing? Nothing.
$700.
$700, bro.
How much they were giving migrants?
2,500. 2,500.
I just had to ask that question.
No, that's a great question. You know why? Because they getting that every month. Every month. 2,500. I think again, yo, Spud, I stood on a line. And the lady in front of me was sending bread to her country. She had 6 bands, bro. 6 bands. They know nothing from her. 6 bands.
Quick come up.
Straight come up. Me working hard as hell. She got 6 bands in her pocket. 6 bands. No, listen. You want money? That's why people come here. It's the land of the free. They give you whatever you want, but they won't help their own citizens.
That's man.
You fight for your country for what? For what? What you fight for America for?
It's when you look at it in its full, how it's designed, it's like it's almost like a division, like it's almost like a planned division calculated for some type of big op that they have. Like there's no way I could see them not sitting down planning what the effects they want out of that.
That's sad though.
It is.
That's very
It is.
sad.
And then the people are in the middle.
Yeah, but what is listen, you saved your life savings to buy a house. $750 is a slap in the face, bro.
Yeah.
And you, as an American, you think I'm a $750?
Yeah. That's again for anybody that's on the feed on TikTok as well as Instagram. If you know anyone who suffered from this hurricane or in these areas that are witnessing it, we just want to send a big salute and send love that way because we know it ain't easy
At all. At all. I hope y'all get help. Your lights, everything. I just hope y'all go back to. I know it ain't going to be that fast to get the help, but they need to help you guys.
Yeah.
Whoever it is.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, get them help now. And they expected another storm.
And check up on your people.
Yeah, man. If you can.
If you can, check on your people, man. Like, just send word. Check them out, man. Just hear from your people, man. Because when you can't do something, when it's out your reach, just hearing the words from another person sometimes is all it takes. So, check on your peoples if you can.
And for all you guys that's sending money to all these Red Cross and all, listen, man, stop, man. Just check on your family, man. See if you can get it to your family directly, man. Whoever's there, man, because I don't even think them people help people, man. If they ain't got no money, FEMA don't got no money, who you donating the money to?
Where's it going?
Yeah, where is it going?
Where is it going?
Where the money's going? All the money that Red Cross been doing and all the money that the government put to the side for all this, where is it?
And I won't say it hasn't been useful to someone. But what I will say is a large percent of the time we do not know where that's going to. And if you got it, find somewhere it could be directly administrated to.
That's right.
Find somewhere it could be useful directly to aid or help someone that you know or don't know, rather than just putting it in the wind, and we have no clue
to where it's going. Why these people here getting $2,500?
Yeah, that's
$2,500, bro. $2,500.
Yeah.
You don't get that. Some people don't even make that a month. A month, bro.
That's true.
That's true. It's sad.
Some people don't make that a month.
Some people don't make that a month, and you just keep doing it. All you politicians. Oh, I just seen something today that the dude in Minnesota, the guy that's running with Kamala Harris, just gave healthcare, college grants, and housing to migrants before he even became the vice president, the runner for the vice presidency. And my kids and everybody else's kids got to pay for college. They won't even fund you. They ask you for papers. These guys come in here with nothing and getting it in their hand. American people.
It's most definitely a weird conversation because the approach, when things just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how? But I always go back to, there has to be a master plan that is in play. That's why we don't understand it, because it's played against the people. It's always played against the people. But there's got to be an objective, and I'm not saying a good one or a period. There's an objective period to how they move in situations like this.
Even with them, the presidency, the lady. Listen, to each his own, man. But I know that in this time, we're paying way more and giving out way more than we was before. Losing. I think we're losing. We're losing a whole lot for people that don't even care about America, bro. We can't go to their countries and do this. People is not funding us with nothing. They come here, they have everything, bro. And What I feel bad for, Spud, is my kids. Is my kids. I have no idea if what's gonna be
what's lined up for
like what's lined up for them. What are they gonna do
yeah.
if they not?
I think about that a lot. I think about like the transitions of how and what I think about a lot is how we came up. We know how to maneuver through the trenches, right?
Yes.
We know how to maneuver through the trenches, and then we go through life trying to set up so that our little ones don't have to, or our loved ones don't have to. And then while they're learning, not having to go through these trenches, there is a survival a measure, a tactic, or learning ability in survival that gets missed because you don't learn that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then with technology, how we are so bind to devices, we're losing, some of our natural senses, like senses of memory, even balance. Yo, I watched a whole bunch of kids playing, and none of them could stay on their feet. Their whole balance was off. And I was just sitting and I was like, why every kid is like that? This was in the park, and this ain't like the scientist in me or anything, but I realized they don't utilize their balance. It's just this. It's just this. Yo, the sense, and that's what I worry about. Like us, man, we were jumping off the steps,
Everything.
climbing, scaling buildings,
Fences,
and all that. I don't think kids know how to scale a fence, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
remember how you hit a ball up to the fence and it gets stuck and you would climb up there and go get it?
You climb it.
That's why I feel bad for the kids, man. And I don't even think the government's not making it no better for these kids, man. Look now. Look at all the stuff that's happening in New York City where we from. The mayor, the chancellor, the commissioner. Where you want to go down the line?
Just start checking off the line.
Just check the whole line. This is New York City for you. And this is where the guy let all these people in with no vaccines, no nothing. Took a check, got caught. He got caught.
Yeah, caught.
He got caught.
Yeah, he took a few checks.
Yeah, he caught.
He took a few.
He up there going to church now. He been in church a lot lately. He gotta go.
I'm very interested to see how this play out.
No, listen, play out. He going to jail. If he don't go to jail, he got to take down a whole lot of people. He got to take down a whole lot of people, man.
Big boy said that's my era right there. Them school days.
Yeah. You play on the monkey bars, the seesaws.
All that.
Yeah. How you play Skelly?
Running around like I see a lot of kids. 8 and up. Between 8 and like 12, 13. Even how they cross the street.
They don't.
Eight. I was in the street. We were playing football.
Yeah.
Tag. We was zigzagging. We knew the land and we knew how to maneuver through the land. And now it's like, I mean, even if you want to look at retrospect of us, like we'll be outside. We'll be on 9 blocks. We'll go to this park. We'll go to this. There was no device.
Nothing.
There was no device, and then now with the times, and people are like, yo, the times are harder now, and I'm like, nah, like we went through the crack era, there was the high violence era, like we went through some eras where they were calling the war on, it was like the war on violence, the war on drugs. We went through all these eras, and now I'm looking at it like even me I be hesitant to let my kids go to the corner store.
I let my daughter know. My daughter, I'm kind of leery because it's a lot of like pedophiles, rape.
Yes.
My daughter's, but my son, I check on him. I let him go play because he's a 13-year-old kid. I let him go have a little good time, but I also tell him, put the phone away. I don't want nobody to try to hurt my man. Mm-hmm. When we was little, we ain't had no phone. Mm-mm. It was a pay phone, but you needed money. And if you ain't had no money, you wasn't touching that phone. And you better hope that
we ain't had no reason to touch it.
You know what? You rig the phone with a piece of gum or something and stick it up there. Hopefully the quarters come down. You get lucky.
Yeah.
You get lucky. That's how I learned. Or somebody blow up the phone and you standing there, the M80. You know, remember those days? Those were
Remember that.
different days.
It
Now the
was.
kids, you know, they don't do anything, bro. They all adapted to the phones, man. They don't know. They, you know, even if you try to teach them, they like, oh, you old, do you know that's a survival?
Yes,
That's life.
I'm old, which means I made it through. There's a lot of people who are not old because they're not able to get here anymore.
That's
they're
right.
no longer with us
That's right.
to make it. You know what I'm saying? It said, yo, I learned to climb fences running from the cops. The police. Big Boy said playing freeze tag. He said we got spanked in school. You can't even do that in school.
Now the teacher let you rock out. Listen, you can tell the teacher anything you want.
Yeah, you can't spank in school. They calling authorities on you.
And you losing your job.
Word up.
And you losing your job.
You can't.
And hopefully you call home. And the parent ain't a killer. The fake killers, they come there talking all that stupidness. Oh, my kid, listen, man, go ahead with that, man. That's the difference now. You know, back in the days, your moms didn't care if you was right or wrong. You getting a whipping,
You getting
bro.
a whoop, yeah.
You getting a whipping.
Because at that time, it was a different type of moral set that parents were trying to install in kids. You know what I'm saying? So it was like if a teacher said something true or false, there was some type of reprimand you was facing.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How many times you hit your report card?
How many? Man, did I hit it? I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. And my brothers is on. One is on Instagram and one is on TikTok right now. And I learned this from these motherfuckers here, right? These dudes was making fake tags for cars back in the day.
Yeah.
So they would Xerox it with the highlight. But when I learned that when you Xerox something with whiteout and it come back without, it's clear, bro. All my report cards was good
great.
money. Was all good money. You know why? I went for 5 cents to the library, white out what I needed, bust out a copy,
and brought it home.
And then my mom's had a typewriter, so I just because it was a computer.
Yeah.
Do it in the typewriter, type what I needed, printed that copy, and I was like, yo, this is the copy.
Ooh, you got lucky, bro.
So that's how I got away with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Learning that.
Now everything's online. Everything's online.
School got an app.
Yeah, they do.
They got an app.
They know how your kid.
They want me to download the app. They told me, oh, you missed this and this. That's how I ain't get no paperwork. Oh, we posted it.
Yeah.
You posted it. It was like, yeah, we posted it.
It's like. It's a whole different world. It's a whole different world. Even they don't like. I promise you, you put a typewriter in front of a kid, they won't even know what that is.
No.
Even to space it. Yo, how you go on the next paragraph?
Yep.
Go on the next paragraph.
Nice.
Show me. You know, it's like I ask my kids like little dumb questions, and they be like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is what we had to do with a can opener. If you didn't have a can opener, what you used? A knife. A knife.
Yeah, use a knife.
And these kids, a lot of kids don't pick up knives. They scared
They don't
to
pick
get
up
cut.
knives. They don't pick up
Even
knives.
to cut things, to cook things. A lot of people don't cook, make them cook a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You don't teach their kids to cook to survive.
Yeah. For real. No, that's real.
And that's the difference with our parents.
Yo, when I told my kids that regular TV had commercials and we had to wait the week for a show, like we couldn't binge watch. The show didn't have every episode.
That's right.
We just watched it. You had to actually wait, and if you missed it, you missed it unless there was a rerun.
A rerun.
You could not just go. Yo, they was like, when did you live? Like, they were blown away. Like I said, the world was flat or something. Like, they were sitting there to me like what?
How old are you?
You experience like they felt bad for me. Like, you experienced that? I was
They
like,
don't understand. You know, when they say, "Oh, it's bad now," what is bad? You have more than what we had. We just survived. You kids are living. Y'all just living to live.
And that's the part. That's the part I always say when everything is given, that survival it minimizes because creativity drops. Like, think about it as a kid. When we had to make something happen, bro, we went in the street. Man, we didn't have basketball hoops. We got the crate. cut the crate bottom,
That's right.
find a piece of wood, slap that on a
And
tree.
hopefully the OGs put the screws in there for you.
Screws
And there was no screw gun.
There was
straight hand move.
straight hand move. There was no electric screw guns. No, you had to do that, or you just get super big nails and nail it in. Like,
I told my son the other day that about the TV where I had to put the aluminum foil on the hanger and hopefully I get friction and to see. And he like, what? I'm saying, yo, bro, we didn't have nothing. We had free TV, but it was certain channels.
Big boy said free TV's gone now.
Yeah, all that free stuff. You know, even turning the knob. When your knob was gone, if you didn't have a knob, you put a pair of pliers.
Yeah.
I put the pliers. That's when you know time's real hard where you can't find the knob.
Can't find. Yeah. No.
And you better hope you get the right channel with that one click. It was hard. I just don't understand. Man, these kids is like giving a silver platter, man.
But you see, we and on top of that, for us, knowing how hard it is, now with how easy it is, it gives us a perspective of appreciation. And now they're just in the boom of this is what it is. So they have no gauge of like hardship. Like there's no stories of hardship. Like even the computer, when my little one was just getting into the computer, they so accustomed to everything being so in the technology. I opened up my laptop and she went for the screen. She was like, "Oh man, that ain't touch screen. Oh man, it ain't.
Yeah.
Man, this is an Apple MacBook Pro.
It's not
man.
touch screen. It's no good for them.
Man,
Everything gotta be touch screen.
I don't want this. I don't want to use this.
And they don't even know what that is.
I don't want to.
That's the exact word they say. Oh, this is not touch screen. This is not like, good.
What's this? You know what I'm saying? So that exposure to the hardship, since it's minimized for them, the lack of appreciation takes precedence because they have nothing to gauge it towards, man. But it's scary because what happens 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you know what I'm saying? Especially with AI, you know what I'm saying? AI is even making it even easier. You know, I seen it online. A dude just copied his whole digital homework, slapped it in AI, and AI did the whole homework.
That's crazy.
Did the whole homework. So it's like the more access to technology and information we got, the less creative we are, and we don't utilize the patterns of like the senses, our senses, touch, smell, sight, all those. There's no conditioning and strengthening it. It's just getting weaker and dormant, like it's dormant and weaker as it goes.
These kids better wake up, man. You know, it's just like the strike. You know, the strike. These people make real good money. Real good money. And they want more. They want more. People not even got jobs, bro. And you want a 77% raise. 77? For that, you should have went for the 100. Should have went for the 100.
Just do the 100.
Just do the 100.
Do the whole 100.
Why that guy got you picketing, you losing money. You losing money. You're not getting paid.
Not at all.
That's what people fail to realize. A strike, you're not getting paid.
Do you believe in strikes at all? Or you...
Truthfully?
Yeah, truthfully. Like, how do you feel about the concept of strike?
I can't, you know, the people that do go, like, to navigate the strikes and all that and go on the spot, they still getting paid. They still getting paid.
What you mean? I'm confused.
The people that go to the meetings, that to go negotiate these things are still they on a set salary. They're still getting paid. And their set salaries in the 6 digits. For them to talk to that man, the man you send is getting 6 digits. That's in charge of us.
Yeah.
Why
that represents
me.
So while the strike is going, he's still on the clock. Still on the clock. But overall, do you think strikes make some? First of all, I want to send a big shout out to everybody that's been jumping on. We just been vibing today. We was vibing. So shout out to Trey Mace. Castro, I see you. JRs, I see
Bosco,
you.
what's up, Bosco?
Bosco, shout out to Bosco. I saw Marty was on. Saw a few people, so salute to everybody that
Castro.
was on, man. We were just vibing, conversating, and just want to salute y'all. Give a moment. Forgot y'all was here with us. We just, like we said, Dungeon Talk is living room conversation. We just inviting you in on the conversation, and please feel free to add, make your comment, or even ask a question. If you have a question and would like our opinion or viewpoint or perspective on it, please feel free as well. I'm gonna be looking at the feeds from TikTok as well as Instagram. But as far as the strikes, you brought up strike, and I was wondering like, do you feel it makes a difference, like in your experience?
In my experience, it don't. We look like it does, but you know it's 50-50 because you striking for what you like you deserve, and you have to wait. You have to wait. It don't. It's a no-win situation. You could win by getting the money that you do want, but you're losing because you're not getting paid.
Sometimes that's the sacrifice, though.
You have to sacrifice, and if you cross that line,
You crossed it. You got to go all the way.
yeah, you gotta go. You gotta make sure that it's no jumping back.
Yeah, don't play the game.
This ain't no double dutch.
Because if you jump back, the fight is lost, and now the penalties that everyone else will face, that might be the mark from there.
But you know these the dock workers are fighting because of the machinery. There's machines now that do their job, so that eliminates them and knocks them off the. I watched one thing. It really bugged me out because one dude said that's where they put the kids, bro.
Where you put the kids?
In the containers.
Oh yeah.
That bugged me out, bro. I'm like, nah, hold on, this dude's bugging.
Nah, son, they use the containers for everything.
The kids that they snatch up.
Yeah, they use that's import export.
Yo, that's crazy, bro.
And a lot of them don't make it. Shout out to Brooklyn General that jumped on. I see you. Yeah, the containers. So I worked for an art company. I worked for Headley's. Headley's, and it was called Headley's Humpers. Foul name. But they were from London. Foul name. Headley Humpers. Foul name. But in London, Humpers were people who carry
stuff.
So it was an art company. I was the manager, so we did like the Basquiat's, and they send us to Swiss Beast house to make sure, and I did import export. So anything coming out of New York and going out or coming in had to pass me, my port. I had this stamp, this seal, that when it comes in, the BOL come in, and I had to stamp it to approve it. So containers will come in, and then I have to offload it, and then I'll get the BOL, right? I'll get the legend, and it will say 900 packages, and it has to tell me what's in the package. And I gotta get the packages and sign off. Bro, you know how much stuff was coming through? Then I'm like, I ain't signing for this. Come on, just sign for it. And when I realized a lot of the stuff that was coming in, the stamp fell on me.
Cause you stamped it.
That's my stamp.
Yeah, that is.
So a lot of things that came in, I was booking it.
Yeah, it's only right.
I'm booking it.
It gotta come through you anyway.
And right now, that company no longer exists because the feds
booked them.
I was working for them when the feds kicked in the door to the computers because they were shipping ivory, they were shipping cars illegally, they was all kind of stuff was getting. You can't do furs, you can't do it because they can transport diseases, so they got to get inspected. Some things ivory can't get. Yo, I seen all kind of things come through on these ports, bro.
That's wild, bro.
All kind of stuff, and I had to be the one to be like,
stamp and seal.
Or things get lied. Oh, it's plastic. Nah, that's an art piece made out of cocaine, which there was. There was a whole art piece. It was human life-size piece of Saint Lazarus with the dogs, and it was made out of cocaine. And they were like something sand and salt, blah blah blah. It was made out of something like it was cocaine. One thing had Diamonds was getting transported, and it was all in the name of art. All in the name of art. So I could see how people get smuggled in containers. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
crazy, though, Spud.
And there's a show on Netflix when they show it how they have it. And only one person survived. Like they'll send a whole bunch of people. Whoever make it, that's on you. You paid me, who paid so and so, who paid the dock. The dock sealed you up, put you on a boat. Some of the containers was falling overboard with people in them. Like whatever makes it. Like it's on you.
I just think that, look, and the strike's still not done. Strike's still not done.
Yeah.
They go back all the way to January. So what you stay home for them 3 days?
I ain't gonna lie though, a strike gonna take longer than 3 days.
But that's what I'm saying. They stopped for 3 days. They stopped for 3 days.
TikTok just gave us a warning and said that they're gonna restrict us, our viewers. I guess our topic. They not really feeling our topic, but it's true to life conversation.
Yeah, it is. They don't. You know, they don't like the truth. The truth is done. You start speaking the truth, they cutting that off.
Yeah, but if I was over here talking
about
drill and bang bang and
that's
spinning
entertaining.
on my own brother or something, it'd be like, oh, let them rock. That ain't about nothing.
You know, when you start talking them, exposing them, they start wailing. Oh, no, listen, stop. Talk about something else. You shooting up your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Nah.
They ain't say nothing about when we speak of the crack era and all that stuff. Bro.
You know, at the end of the day, this is why I try to teach my kids. Always pay attention. Pay attention, because they will come for you. Pay attention. They looking for a little reason just to put their feet in the door. Not get in, just hold it. Just hold it.
Keep it cracked.
Yeah, keep it cracked. Let's see if we can sneak in there, yo. That's crazy, bro.
It's alright. It's alright. You can censor, you can minimize, you could do, but conversations of truth will always find its way.
Yeah.
It will always find its way. That's the bottom line of it all. It'll always find its way. But I do hope this our generations of kids find that way and find somehow to strengthen their senses, their mental, even their physical capacity, because it's a long road. It's a long road ahead of us, and there's a lot of things in between it that's making us lazy.
Yeah. Yeah. They gotta put them phones down. Put all them gadgets down. Go outside. Figure something out.
I got a phrase. I got a question for you. You got a boy. And I got my own opinion. We're in a time right now where the conversation of like emotions. To me, I say we're in one of the most sensitive times in human history. Everything is like, oh, you can't do that, or you can't say that, and we grew up hearing this phrase. Boys don't cry. Boys don't cry, right? And we knew boys cry, but that phrase was a reference to being strong, like being strong. How you feel about like this era and how our boys, what I'm saying, are being, I don't want to say treated, but how the conversation of how they should be raised is.
Well, my little man, he cries, and I tease him. He cries. I tease him. Oh, boys don't cry, but to me, men cry.
Yes.
Grown men cry.
We sure do.
Crying is a part of life.
It's natural.
It's natural. So, as a kid, when my dad told me that, I thought I was tough, but I still was that same little crying kid.
Yeah.
And at this time, your emotions play a lot in this world. You cry, you soft, but that's not crying.
That's not crying, yeah.
That's not crying. Your feelings play a lot. And these kids' feelings are like really soft. It ain't like when we was kids, because they got stuff to do. They could go on the phone and blank you out.
Yeah.
We didn't have that. Your pops or somebody would come in and kick the door open and be like, look at the cry, baby, and get you more mad. You get more aggressive. I try to explain that to my son. I do it because I want him to be, listen, Get up, bro.
Yeah.
Get a little, get.
Yeah.
It ain't to play you. It's just to talk to you, bro. Just get up.
And I think that's missing from this time because I hear it a lot. I'm hearing like I was in a conversation, and someone was talking about like stop. Men have to stop saying to boys that they shouldn't cry or whatever the case may be. And I went back to when I was young. I was locked up. I think it was my second parole board. I got hit at my my parole board. Or was it my third? It was one of the parole boards, and I remember calling my sister. I got on the phone, and I just broke down, bro. I was crying. I broke down. I was like, damn, I really thought I was gonna make it. And then like 10 minutes into the conversation, she was just like, that's it. I don't want to hear no more crying. It's over. Don't even shed no more tears. Wipe your face right now. We not even talking on that level. I don't want to hear it.
Just move the camera.
And I moved the camera. Oh, my hand movement. Sorry. I gotta fix that. I'll be right with y'all.
My son said, so he's trying to say I'm soft. Nah, little Nate, you ain't soft, man.
Let's fix that. I'm sorry, guys.
You ain't soft, Nate. That's to toughen you up, man.
Why my camera bugging?
Always remember that, Nate.
Why is it not resetting? My camera not trying to reset, yo. Damn, son. It's tweaking.
Look, Instagram don't want us to talk no more neither.
Instagram, he said, stop moving your hands, bud. He said, your head.
Went straight, Spud.
Hold on, I'm gonna, let me reset this. There we go. Let's get this straight. There we go. Alright. I gotta take off the gestures. Gestures off. Alright, there we go. It was the hand movements. Hand movements. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. But my sister, she balked on me about crying. Like, nah, that's it. Man up. That's it. I don't want to hear no more crying. And I needed that in that moment because as a man, I think our makeup, and I think this is one thing that the conversations don't have, our makeup, when we get too wrapped in our emotions, I think 90% of people, when you get too wrapped up in your emotions, you don't see clearly. And as a man, a lot of the situations that we are in demand a lot of focus because it's almost tribal that the situations we are in are almost tribal in a higher percentage than women. So we have to keep that balance. And I remember her telling me that, and I needed to hear that at that time. I needed to hear, no, suck that up, hold it in. I don't give a F. I stop. I'm trying to chill because I know TikTok hot on us right now. But
you know, Spud, it's crazy because as a kid, Spud, I was a sore loser. I lose, I cry. And I cried crying like somebody took it all from me. And like, yo, Spud, I can't see nothing like sad on TV. My tears come down, bro. Don't let me walk into the church, bro. Oh no. And they start singing. Woo. And I don't think I'm soft. But you see, it just comes out. I don't know, bro.
But you see, there's a balance, and I think that's the thing that we don't like when we hear, yo, stop telling kids, especially boys don't cry. Shout out to Ab Old said there's a way to turn that off. Most definitely it is, and I think that's a lot of the conversations that this time don't speak on. There's a time to tell our little ones, no, this ain't the time. Because they make it seem like every time you have to just be, parallel to your emotions. And I think that's wrong. I don't think there are times that you should not be parallel with your emotions because you might react or do something in your emotions that supersedes your intelligence in that very moment.
You know, at the moment, I see him cry and I feel more bad because I understand. Like, I understand. Even yelling at them, they cry. That's how it is now. They cry. You know, there's a lot of things that you do to the kids. You start screaming, they freeze up. You know, it ain't. Listen, I just tell him, like, you're a man. You're gonna be a man at the end of the day. You know, tears is tears. You my little man.
Yeah.
I love you. You could cry
Yeah.
in front of me. Just at that time, where there's people around, it's not that time.
Take it easy. Yeah.
You know it.
Your mom's beat you?
Truthfully?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now, okay, you answered the question when I answered the question. Because my mom's tore our ass, right? My mom's tore our ass. Yeah, my mom's tore our ass. My pops ain't beat us. My pops threatened us and we listened, right? Do you beat your kids?
I can't.
So a lot of us who experience
I
like
can't.
getting beat, right? Or that form of discipline, we don't administrate it to our kids.
But I can't. I no matter how tough I ain't gonna front. I probably shook them up or but it's hurtful to see them like it's a different, like they say, it's a different times, but like I don't just wanna go crazy on them and do things to them that I experience. So I try to I yell, bro. I yell.
Yeah, I yell too.
I yell. I make them understand.
I did a few like grabbing hands and popping the hand. I did a few of those in my time, like especially when they fighting. When they fight, I can't stand it. I'll run up on them and I'll grab their hand, and you would have thought like I had the chancleta or the extension cord or something. I popped them in their hand one time, and it's like they crying, and then I have the conversation afterwards. I don't do it often, but I most definitely have done it. But even that, I wouldn't trade in not one ass kicking I got from my mom's. I wouldn't trade it in at all. I would not trade that in at all.
Anyway, for all the people who whip my ass, not just one. Not for just one. For everybody who just took a turn. Like, I'm happy. I'm just happy that now that I'm a little older, I understand. Remember, as a little kid, we ain't care. We could do whatever we want, but it was a limit.
Yeah.
It was just a limit.
It was a limit.
And like even when I see my kids and they crying, I feel bad like I did something bad to them. It could be an hour later. And I go be like, damn, I'm sorry, yo. Sorry. Not knowing that I just went back on everything I just told them and flipped on them for. Flipped on them. Like, yo, why you do all that? And you come say sorry. Yo, I would go somewhere and my son would tell me something and I spaz on him the whole ride. The ride back, yo, bro, you good? Like, it didn't mean that.
Like, Miss Jackson said, I believe in stars and stripes. I put the stripes and then they see the stars.
No, you can't, man. Listen, you know what? I learned hitting is not the key, man. It's not the key, man.
It's not the key. It's not the key. I'm not gonna sit here and say as well there isn't a place and how you do it with like you just can't beat and not explain. Just as much as you can't explain and not have some type of conversation to balance out because their minds are still developing. And
they know right from wrongs, but
and this is a legal, and I use this in my case. In my case, the white matter in your brain don't develop till the age of 22 in reality. So the conflict of reward, and this was reward times conflict. Conflict is low, reward is high. So they might know it, but in the spurt of the moment, it's the reward. And this is why being repetitive with our kids is important. Keep telling them. And me and my wife, we talk about it. My wife's like, yo, I keep telling these kids. And I'm like, we have to. We have to. And even when I'm getting mad with them, I go back to when I was 15. when I was 15 in prison, reading the doctor's reports on the white matter of the brain not developing yet. Even as a 15-year-old, I still held the reward high. So I still didn't have the developed mindset. And don't get me wrong, I was very mature. I knew right from wrong. It's not about knowing right from wrong, but in the moment, it's reward over conflict.
You know, I don't think kids listen anyways, but you're gonna have to tell them like a lot.
You have to.
You have to like stay on them.
You have to.
And you know, the more you do it, you be like, yo, I know I told this dude don't do it again, and he do it again.
Yeah.
But you know why I'm the daddy? I'm gonna keep doing it until you get tired of it. You know, my daughter told me she told me like recently, when I'm 18, I do what I want. I said, what? So I looked at her. I said, what you said? I said, you told me when you 18. I said, listen to me. As long as I'm on this earth, you do what I tell you. She was like, no. I said, you do what I tell you, because if you don't, it's going to be consequences. She was like, no, daddy, but I'm grown. I said, you're never grown as long as you with me.
you never grown.
You're never grown.
You never grown.
And I tell my son the same thing. So when you come in the house, you show respect. And it's a lot of things that you got to teach them that they need to know and always be on top of their game. So when they come, you say hi to everybody, you know, show respect. Don't play yourself. And if I hear your name, it's a time and a place. Yep. We're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
You know?
We're going to have a conversation.
It might get worse, because it might just come out at the time we at the spot. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but...
It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out.
It's gonna come. You better hope it's the nice way. Cause like I told you, if you want to go back to a kid, I ain't had no say so as a kid. I'm getting knots, pans, whatever they got in their hands. We getting a beating.
Yeah.
So you guys got a little lucky now. You got a little leeway. You know, you could talk. You know, under your breath.
Talk under your breath.
And what was that?
Oh,
a whipping.
That was straight ass whipping. Like. And do you feel as and you know, and we speaking in parents, and also please feel free to chime in, everybody. Do you feel like our parenting now with the certain leniencies that we give our youth, our kids, compared to what our parents do, are doing them an injustice?
No, it's fucking them up. It's
is.
Like it's making them worse, bro. And I say it all the time. You know, mothers are soft, very soft to their child, to girls at that. Oh, they need a little space. There's no space. You had space? We didn't have space.
No, you know, I ain't gonna lie. I got space. I got space.
To your room.
No. I got space. And then I was sentenced to life in prison. I got some space, y'all. I got the space I wanted.
And you see how you just
and I was 15 years old, sentenced to life in prison with my space that I so wanted. Like, I got the space. So I know, like, that space thing.
No.
It comes with a lot of supervision and constant evaluation and staying on top of it. You have to.
You have to raise your kids like if it was you as a child. There's things that you can't do.
I like that.
You know, you raise them as you as a child. There's things that you cannot do.
I like that. Raise your kids like you as a child.
You know, you raise them as if you was a child. You can't... Listen, we're not friends. Don't ever think you're my friend. I'm just going to mold you the way I was molded. You might not like it. You might not understand what I'm telling you, but you're going to learn. When you're a little older, damn, my dad did tell me this. You know, I don't want you to experience what you at your age went through. You know, at your age, you still a teenager. Now, you got a little space, and look.
Yeah, I was locked up.
It's sad, Spud, because that's one thing you don't want your kids to ever experience. No. So if I raised them as if I was the child... Listen, I'm not playing with you. You know, and look, it says, worst thing these kids tell you, I'm calling the cops. And who tells them that? The school. School never told you that when you was in school.
No.
You know, all these things.
The school let your moms beat you in front of the class.
Yeah. Now, if you go beat them in front of the class, they call ATS on you. And now they lock you up.
Locking you up.
So what is they helping our kids? You're not teaching our kids. You're telling us to go against the parents. So what are you teaching the kids?
Yeah.
I just feel like, listen, I love my kids to the point where, listen, I'm going to show you how I was as a kid. Only thing is that I could physically afford things that they wanted.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes I say to myself, like, damn, I wonder if I could just let them walk around with holy kicks for like a week.
You can.
It's hard.
You can. I do it. Yo, Jelly, my daughter's Panda Dunks. Boy, sock bossing out
How
that
much?
place.
How much is you just said Panda Dunks?
Yeah, Panda Dunks. Them joints, the miles on them bad. The miles was so heavy. The little one was like, "Dad, please buy her new sneakers."
You know, and look, I'm gonna tell you how bad it is. My little man came one day, and the bottom of his sneakers had a hole, and I didn't even know. He like, yo, Dad, look. I said, yo, bro, what you walking around with? What's holes in your kicks? He like, Dad, you know, nah, we gonna go get them.
But you see, that's different because he endured it. Then he showed you. It wasn't like they super new, a little dusty, and then he's like, yo, I need new sneakers. That's like parents. We and I'm saying we as just in general, but we do that.
You know, back to you saying that, and as parents, when you did something good, what you got to reward.
Yeah.
Now these parents, their kids don't go to school, they don't do nothing, but they reward them. So the difference is at that time, you need to teach your kids discipline. So as a kid, you was learning discipline and earning the things that you needed to earn.
And appreciate it.
You understood that.
I understood the value of $1.
And you appreciate it.
Yeah.
So if they don't appreciate it, the parenting now is not parenting.
Yeah.
You're controlling. You're just controlling. So the more I listen to people, it's like kids. You outside and hear a kid tell their mother, "I shut the F up." What?
I'm ready to beat your kid.
Now that's disrespectful.
Man.
And the mother sits there and just be like this. He's playing. He's what?
He's what? No, y'all playing.
You know, then the moms come in and the teacher tells them something, they jumping on the teacher. Because they discipline your child. So that's one thing I don't play with is school. And you gotta be right. I don't want to hear I understand you get into things, so if it comes back to where you got into something, your ass is getting whipped. Because I done explained it to you numerous times. I don't want headaches. It's a headache even just being a parent, bro. And not in a bad way. It's just a headache, bro.
It's a constant job.
It's a real job. For real daddies, especially as dads.
It's a constant job. There's no days off.
Never a day off.
There's no raises. There's no vacation time.
You ever see people...
Sick days. There's no sick days.
No.
It's none of that. It's like concentration camp all day, and I don't want to make it like a bad thing, but what I'm stressing is like there's no day off.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing. I'm not gonna lie. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, especially to the guys and women that raise their kids the way they supposed to. You know, not the part-time people. And you know what I'm trying to say is part-time dads, because dads play a big role.
I got a question for you. You made a statement just now about part-time dads. Is there such thing as part-time moms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
It works vice versa.
Okay.
It works vice versa. I'm not going to say that it don't, but, you know, in people's eyes and the world's eyes, we get
highlighted
as the checkpoint.
More.
You understand? Yeah. So I'm just saying.
Do you feel that's double-sided? Like that's not.
It's double-sided because there's dads that have custody of their kids and their mothers nowhere to be found.
But that rarely.
Oh no.
Really gets highlighted.
It would never get highlighted because it's a woman, but it happens.
Oh yeah.
And I know people personally.
Yeah.
That have been, and it's just like, what can you tell them? You know, even when you go to court, we the bad guys.
Off GP.
But dumb.
Yo, forget court. I went to take my kids to get health insurance. Health insurance. They refused me. I had birth certificates, everything. Refused me and was like, bring the moms. We not doing it. Straight up and down. We not doing it. Bring the moms. And I'm like, yo, but I'm here. Like, I'm the fault. No, bring the moms.
I don't take them. I don't go to, if I go to the doctor, that's one thing that, I don't know. I don't know anything about the doctors or nothing. I don't go. But I'm a dad. I'm a dad, and it's just different things that I can't. It could go both ways. And part-time moms, those are the moms that's outside partying, doing the things that they're not supposed to. They doing things they're not supposed to. Or I'll give you one good example. A dude, make them tell them, yo, we don't want the kids. Certain women leave their kids with the father.
Yeah.
Leave them with the father.
I got a friend right now who has an issue like with the concept of motherhood, because Mom Dukes was like, yo, I don't want the kid. Boogied, left with another dude, and Pops raised the siblings. It was 3 of them. And they all got an issue with like that concept of motherhood because Mom Dukes was just like, nah, I don't want to do this. And Pops took that on. And there's a lot of that don't get highlighted as much.
But a real dad step up to the plate. A lot of dads are, I can't say that, man. A lot of dads are not being dads, bro. I think that's why the family structure is so crazy.
So now, there are many who just ain't there.
They're not there at all. You see them only on Father's Day.
If that. And then there's some who try to be there.
And the women don't allow them.
And they can't get past whatever they got going on. They can't get past that to really be there for the little one.
But you got to make an effort. You have to make an effort. No matter, trying is trying. Like, you got to go. You got to go do it. No matter, listen, that's my child.
Is there ever, and the reason why I'm asking, I'm going to share something. I'm not going to say this person's name, but I'm going to share. Is there ever a breaking point where it's like, all right, I tried, I can't do it, I'm done. Do you feel that? And I'm gonna share something.
To me, listen, man, my kids mean the world to me, man. No matter what, I can't. I just can't. No matter what you tell me, I'm going. I don't care if I'm not allowed, and whatever. My kids gotta see me.
So the reason why I got a friend, real close friend, got a son, and he got wind of they didn't tell him about graduations. He got wind of those, like he will show up, try to be there for birthdays. He tried everything, and then one day the kid was like, "Yo, Dad, I don't want you here." And he's like, "Yo, all this time I've been trying, yep." And he said to me, in a face full of tears, he said to me, "Yo, for my sanity, I gotta let it go, bro. I'm going crazy, trying so hard, and to see him look in my eyes and tell me, I don't want you here." He was like, "Yo, every moment I'm dying."
It's
and
hurtful.
he was like, "Bro, I didn't have kids at the time when he was going through this. I didn't have any kids, and I was just like, damn, like I couldn't comprehend what he was going through, but I felt it. Like he was like, "Yo, bro, I'm done. I don't got no kids, bro. I don't got no kid," and that's hard.
But he's trying. He tried. It's a lot of people. Especially the women make it real hard when they don't want you to see, because women have rights to everything, and a man that does try, he got to go deal with the courts. He got to deal with a lot. They might suspend his license if he don't make a payment. It's a lot. And me, I'm not giving up on my. And if I know that it's a graduation, I'm going. You let me in here. I'm getting in there. No matter what, even if we didn't speak or whatever, I don't have nothing to do with you. Those are my kids. I didn't give up my rights. I didn't give up nothing. And I will never give up my rights. So you figure it out. And if my kids didn't understand, I'll wait till they get a little older.
There's a catch to that, because when a kid, and I'm saying this from his
They
situation,
hate you.
they grow up in a household
They hate you.
that they grow up in the negative of who you are, and then you're basically trying to be in the life of someone who's mirroring probably a hate for you.
You know that was the worst thing I just said, because I grew up without a dad. And to look into his face, to see the things that he says, as little, to have my son, for me to hurt my son to hurt me more, because I experienced that with my own dad.
Yeah.
So being in a house, and another thing is, I never had my moms and dad together. So I didn't know what a household was, to like seeing my moms and dad together at times, or
Gotcha.
do things, as a family. I didn't know that. So having my kids, and to see my dad sit in front of me and keep lying to me at the age that I am, it's bad. And the reason I didn't want to attack him, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. All you did was make me into a better man that would never want to be like you, bro. So it's hurtful when a father and son are be in a park and I gotta be there dolo. That's one thing I never wanted my son to ever experience in his life. And my dad was in a time where I had him in my house, and I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it. And what took the cake? He went and talked about my kids. Talked about my kids like my kids owed him something.
Yeah, you wild.
Now you went across, you jumped 2 hurdles to get to my kids.
We still didn't work out what
you understand?
we got, and
now you're gonna do it to my kids.
Yeah, nah.
So, being a father, to me, I don't want to ever do a cycle. I don't want it. I don't.
You said something very interesting, because you said, what he didn't do for you or did do, you do different. Now, I grew up in a household with my moms and my pops. And with my pops being there, my pops was there different. Like, he didn't teach me how to play ball. He didn't come to any basketball games. He didn't do any of those things. But growing up, for me, I never wanted that, because I learned that on my own. But when I went to prison, like, he was the pinnacle of, like, my contact to the world. Like, he came and he was dead, and he's dead. My pops got 22 kids.
God damn.
Yeah. My pops got 22 kids, right? But peep this. Peep this. Not one of them. And I'm the last one. As record has shown, I'm the last one.
How old is your?
Yeah. I'm the last one, right? Every one of his kids know him. He's Poppy. Like, there's not one absence, and he might not have been the hands-on teach you how to ride. My brothers told me how to ride, but it said 25. Look, I was wrong. We got 25 kids. I was wrong. My brother who was on 25. So he wasn't like the hands-on, but like in the case of need, and my brothers, both of them could even say, I don't care what we did, bro. Especially them. I got locked up once. Yeah, it was a long time. They was terrorists. No matter what we did, he was always there. And now as a parent, I'm hands on with my kids because I didn't have that. But I also balance out my mom's. So I get what you say, like what you didn't get from him, now you administrate to your kids because I once heard my sister say my sister could have went to the Olympics. She was number one track star, like every like as a kid, she had a whole cabinet with just trophies, gold, first place, blah, medals, blah 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 blah. And I remember as growing up, my not growing up, as an adult speaking to my sister, and to this day she's like, yo, they ain't come out to one meet. But they were there for us. We never went hungry. We they was there, you know what I'm saying? But it's those things that as parents we wanna do, and we like, yeah, we here, you got clothes on your back, blah blah blah. But it's those moments that we can't forget. And that's what I do now. I make sure, yo, you gotta play. I'm front, yo, I love you, Jelly, and like that. And I do all that, you know, I film it because I remember growing up, and it didn't bother me as a kid. Like them not coming to my basketball games. I learned all that in my own. I didn't need you for that. I'm glad how the relationship with my pops is for me. But I don't know about all my other siblings because, like, speaking to my sister to this day, she really wanted them there. Me, I was at my tournament. I never looked at the bleachers. I was like, I'm busting your ass, and your parents is in the audience. Ooh, I'm shaking out. Ooh, I'm shaking. So my drive was different. You know what I'm saying? But
that's what hurt me more. You know, not and truthfully, you know, truthfully, I had no dad in my life, and my mom's at the age of 10. At that time, my mom's was like badly on drugs. So I was raised by my grandparents. And I didn't know what a household meant because my grandmother lived in one house and my grandfather lived in another house. But they was married. And I never understood that. So like when I would see families, I didn't know what family meant. Yeah, I see my family, but I didn't like sitting at a table and, you know, it was just a time, and like growing up was hard, bro. Growing up was hard. And like it changed my life when I actually, like, I would see my friends with kids and be like, damn, why don't you take care of your kid, bro? Like, why don't you do this? I didn't have kids at that time. And I would always say to myself, yo, when I get a kid,
I ain't never gonna be
I'm not doing that, bro. I got friends that be like, oh, I ain't fucking with my son cause his moms don't. Yo, bro, are you serious?
That's the mom.
And those are dudes that I don't really. All my friends are family orientated. They love their family. Like, their kids mean the world to them. I don't hang out with nobody that don't take care of their kids. Because I remember being a kid that didn't have that.
You know what that felt
You know,
like.
so, see, even with the little kids, they come to the park. The mother's there, but no dad. You know, you look at them like, damn, I remember when I was this little shorty, bro. I couldn't throw to nobody. I can't throw a ball to my mom's because I might hurt her. But my mom's at the time was like, I just don't.
You got younger siblings too?
Yeah, no.
You the youngest?
I do have a younger sibling, my sister. Oh, that's it. Oh, wait. That I just told you that.
See,
Look,
this is why.
Wait.
Okay,
now that you just said that, right?
Right.
At that time, my mom's was like in a bad time in her life.
Okay.
And you know, my mom's had got custody back of my sister, but still was like bad. So I had to drop everything to go take care of my little sister. Me being a child, because I'm still a child.
Yeah.
And not knowing that I have to watch over my sister. You know, and those times, bud, like, I sit back and be like, damn, yo, like, how did I ever, like, get by this? Like, and to this day, like, I would sit in the room and just cry and be like, damn, yo, that's the most hurtfulest feeling to not Be around your kids. Like, how does parents not want to be with their kids? How do you not want to be like cool? And like seeing my dad is like, it disgusts me, bro. It's like, it's disgusting. Like, why are you here, bro? Like, what are you here for? It's not cool in my. And people forget. People forget. Like, oh, yo, he big now. Like, he owe me. He owe you what?
He owe you what?
What I owe you, bro? You want knots? I owe you knots, bro. If you want that, I can't disrespect you because you somebody that's my dad. So
Yeah.
I kill you with kindness, yo. Just keep away from me, bro.
Yeah.
I don't answer the phone. I'm not calling you for Father's Day. Oh no, you're not getting that. You're not getting that. You will not get that.
It's an earned relationship.
Yeah, you gotta earn it, man.
Especially if there's been absence.
And that's hurtful in the absence because you need it.
You need it.
You know how you say, you grew up in a household with your moms and dad.
Yeah.
I had neither. I had my grandmother. My grandmother,
They do what they can.
that's all they could do.
They do what they can.
That's all the grandparents do. And the grandparents will take you faster than anything.
Yeah.
I'm a child. I'm just living a childhood life. I ain't gonna lie. My grandmother saved my life, yo. My grandmother saved my life, bro. My grandmother, she got her ways, but she made me understand life, man. And it was hurtful, man. Going to graduation and not seeing your moms and dad and other kids taking pictures with their mother and dad, and older people ain't taking no pictures. I ain't getting in that. I ain't getting in that. You take it with your friends, And I just say, like, family, some families, I always use this quote, man, and it's sad to say, but there's two people in my heart that's in the grave that I always tell people that the people who love me, they dead. They dead. And people look at me like, what? I'm like, they really love me. No matter what I did, how I did it. I could go to them for anything. In their eyes, I was not a bad guy. And the people that God left on the earth, for me.
For you.
Oh, no.
No?
They get the bad things.
Shout out to Kat. Kat said, I understand where you're coming from. Not everyone grows up with either parents. She said, my grandma saved my life too.
Yeah, and you know what? Without grandmas, there's one thing that my grandmother used to tell me. And I would sit there and just stare at her like, wow, who knows if she was sitting here, like, where would I be? Like, what would have went down if I didn't have them? My grandfather, I never seen him.
So for me growing up, having my moms and my pops, and then when my mom's passed away, I didn't grow up really having the grandparents. So the net of the family, even though I had my moms and my pops, it was just us. And then we had relatives. But it was just like us. And being the youngest, I don't think any of my siblings understand this, right? And I didn't understand this until I got older. Being the youngest, I really only had my moms for 7 years. And the reason why I say that, from birth to about 7 years old, those are gray areas. Those are gray moments. I don't know those moments. Those were moments but then when you get to like 8 and on, that's kind of when you start to, so from 8 to 14, when she passed away, is all I had of my mom. So I only had 7 years of a mother that I was comprehensive of my mother in my life. Only 7 years. And siblings, and this is why I asked you if you had a younger one. I'm realizing siblings, each sibling in everyone's family has a different relationship to the same people you love or hold. And it affects them different. And because it affects you different, how your relationship might be even affects them different. Like I could sit here and be like, yo, y'all had her all y'all lives to y'all adulthood. Like, you know what I'm saying? But each one of us, we have a gripe somewhere because of how our relationships meant to us, and then how those relationships might mean to siblings or how people, you know,
You
got
know, even that, like the relationships. You know, my moms, I love my moms to death. My mother like shows a lot of favoritism. You know, there's always one favorite child, and I'm the only boy. I'm the only
they
boy.
just asked that. Do you have brothers?
I don't have no brothers.
brothers.
I'm the only boy.
Castro.
But I'm the outcast. I'm the outcast.
Why is that? Is now
Because
is it the outcast because you embrace that outcast, or that's what you've been told?
No, I learned to take that, but I don't take nobody's shit. It's a lot that I could build up. Like I could eat a lot, but when I let loose, you're not gonna like it. So it's a lot that I won't. You know, you might hate me because I'll tell you something maybe later on that you be like, damn, that nigga really came at me crazy. It's because it's a lot of built up anger that I've been taking from people that I try to explain. Like, I'm not dealing with that no more. So, you know, it's a lot of people that say, damn, he don't speak to me. But I'd rather not speak to you than to let you.
Then we fuel something.
You understand? Like, it don't make any sense. Like, I love you, whatever. But just leave me alone.
Yeah, let's leave that
Just
alone.
leave me alone.
And sometimes that's best because you know how you are, right? You know how you are, and sometimes how we are could, you know, accelerate situations in the wrong direction. So sometimes that's best. And people might not understand what's best or what you're doing. People might not understand it, but when you know yourself, sometimes it's not about what people understand or feel. It's for you. It's for you. And that's okay.
I didn't even have the courage to speak to, like, people that I love. I didn't understand. You know, people ask, like, but I don't understand. Like, people I don't give a fuck, like, excuse my French about, it don't bother me. But people that I love, it really bothers me. So I try to, like, name it out, like, you know what? I think I could get past it, but I can't. Because it's constant. I'm not here to fight with you. Now, I said I'm the outcast because I'm the only boy. You know, I have sisters that tell me, yo, you wild, you crazy.
Cause you wild and crazy.
I'm not wild and crazy.
You are. It's okay, Nate.
I'm not.
It's
but
okay.
To them,
it's okay.
You know why they say that? Because I don't
take shit.
I'm not taking your shit. I'm not. Listen.
It's okay.
I'm not here for that.
Wild and crazy don't mean. I tell my brothers they wild and crazy.
No, it's not.
Cause they wild and crazy. They wild and crazy.
It's not wild and crazy.
TikTok, like, yo, listen, check this out.
It's not wild and crazy, Spud. It's like, you know, I'm cool.
No, you cool, but you all wild and crazy, bro.
You could say it. Listen.
I'm not letting it up.
Listen,
you are wild and crazy, but I understand it and I embrace it.
You my man. You know the way I am. I'm just
wild and crazy.
I'm whatever. And for when they talk to me, it's like if they talk, like I got an older sister. I say something. She go, "Why you disrespecting me? How am I disrespecting you? You just asked me, son. I'm coming back at you like I'm supposed to. Why? Because you older than me. I'm grown. We both grown. I got a younger sister that thinks she can talk the way she want to talk. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Listen, we can talk, but it get crucial when y'all start wilding. Y'all wilding. Everybody's wilding.
Everybody's wild and crazy. They wild and crazy too.
Yeah. They got their own wild and crazy ways too.
They got their wild and crazy too.
So if I say everybody's wild and crazy, so no matter what we say, it's always a problem.
You know what I realize? When someone don't understand you, it's easy to just write it off as wild and crazy.
That's all.
Just crazy. Yo, he crazy. It's like,
he be bugging. He need to be by himself.
Yeah, it's an easy write. It's an easy write off.
But why?
That's a good question.
Why?
The why? Yes. The
why? You love me or whoever, but why? Why? Oh, you think it's that simple? Cause it's you. No, it don't work like that. So all the things that I went through in my life, I expect the failure. I expect, and it's crazy that people ask me like, I expect people to do it. I expect people to try. I expect them to try. So they say you angry. I'm not angry. It might look like it could take that little thing to make me angry, but I do have a lot of anger inside of me.
Yeah.
To my dad
and
things that I didn't experience as a child.
No, it's true, and you know, Castro said, you know, people always asking why he's angry, and he said he's dealing with it differently. And Renegade Revolver said, yo, this made me feel better. I ain't gonna lie, but the thing with anger, right? The thing with anger is we catalog it. So, like, say for instance, something in our childhood happened. We know how to get past it, but we keep the luggage. So we put it on the shelf, right? And then something else happened, and we add. Now our shelf is full of these moments. And these moments each have some type of definition as to why we're angry. Whether it's, you know, so-and-so lied to me. I remember when they beat me up. Yo, I remember when so-and-so said they was going to do. So we stack all this, and then we get that one moment that falls into the category, and then that whole shelf come out.
You know,
That whole shelf. We be like, what? Nah, that ain't happening. They be like, but yo, what happened? And now we unleashing every of those moments. Like, not every pieces of every moment gets funneled into one, and then we on it, and then people don't understand the whole list. It's just that one moment. They like, son bugging out because I said I was gonna do X, Y, and Z, and I couldn't do it, and they wilding. But it's not that. It's that every time someone said something and it ain't happened, or they stole, or they did, and now and that's what happens, bro.
it's just, I always want to know why. Just the why. Like with my dad, why? You know, I watch little things on the gram and stuff, and I see dudes grown, like, crying. Like, Dad, why? Like, why you can't explain it? You know, that's what I don't want with my kids. I don't want them to understand the why. Why, Dad? Why? Or you know,
you don't want them to have that why.
That's the worst feeling in the world. And to this day, I sit back and say, why me though? Like, you know, I always see my friends with their family. Why me though? Like, why did I have? But you know what, Spud? It made me into a better person, a better man, a stronger man, and it's like the trials that I went through in my life. I can't even explain it, bro. Like, you know, it's things that I would even want to say. It's like hurtful. So, like I tell you, when you know the mental health, Spud, I just move. I just gotta move.
You gotta keep moving.
You know, you gotta keep moving.
You gotta keep
Stay
moving.
focused and just keep staying on top of. Listen, those things in the past, they hurt.
Yo, like we had someone hit me. I don't want to say this person's name either. Someone hit me about our last show about mental health and keep moving. And in our conversation, I said to this analogy, and I was like, word, it's like life is a constant rain of shit, right? Just doodle, raining all day. And if you sit there, you'll get buried in it. You gotta keep moving through it.
You have to.
Some of it's gonna stick, some's gonna fall off, some you could wipe off. But if you sit still in the doodle, it's just gonna collect and build more. And I said that to him. I was like, life is just a rainy shit day. Like,
yeah, listen,
you gotta run through it.
You gotta
walk, crawl, but move.
Even to reminisce on those times, it's like that's the past. That's just the past.
Miss Jackson said, "Why is it so important to know the why?"
You have to know the why. You know, I want to know why they leave. Why they're not around. Why at that time?
Now I got a question. Is the whys ever enough?
It's never enough. So but I just want to. You know what? You're right.
No.
The why is not never enough. But it'll give me closure to understand why did you do it. Why did you?
What if you hear something it ain't enough?
I'd rather you Explain to me.
Anything.
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 It's anything.
Okay.
It could be whatever.
Okay.
Oh, your mom. Listen, the favorite line is, my mom's didn't want you around. That make it worse for you. That make it worse for you to even tell me that my moms don't want you around. You didn't even try, though.
But what if that's just his why?
Listen, you didn't try. I was a kid. I understood. I waited. What you lie. You lie. You tell me things that's a lie.
Yeah.
So why can you tell me? My mom's is physically here. Where were you?
I get.
You understand?
I get your point, but no matter what a person say in them circumstances, I don't think we hearing it.
Listen, you could tell me. I'd rather you listen. I'm grown.
But what if he's just that was to him? That was his why. That's not enough for you.
It's never gonna be enough because the time is gone.
So that's
I understand. So the time is gone.
So it's like, don't even like. I think for me, like, even like when my mom's passed, like that was a big moment in my life that was unreal. Like, it was surreal, like the pain, the confusion, and I remember one time like cursing to the skies or something and asking why, and then, I stopped asking why. And I realized every conflict I have, or every conflict that I face, whether it's differences in the family, and there's different viewpoints from people, I never ask really like, yo, but the why, or why you. I'm more like, yo, so what we gonna do? What's next? Because the retrospect is too big, bro. Like, I could sit here and point out 1,000 million of what, like almost like to keep it moving. It's like, all right, I don't even want to go back to the why. It's like, what we doing? The what? All right, that happened. What we doing? What we doing to make this feel better, or change, or like, and I think that's something, I don't know if that's a technique anybody could use, but I really like the what.
But even saying, I say why for me. Why did you do it? Not just because of why, or a reason, or I don't even care about your reason. I just wanted to know why. That was all. Your reason you did it. It's life. It's life. You just threw everything on the table. It's just life. I understand life, and I really don't. I don't. It bothers me, so I just move on.
I dig it.
Even with if I sat and reminisced on all the bad times in my life, I just go.
Keep moving.
That's it.
Keep moving.
I'm not going to talk about that. There's kids all over that go through the same thing that I went through. That, they don't understand why. They're going to ask why. Why me?
Yeah.
That's the kid's favorite word. Why me? Why any of your kids? Some parents stay with one kid and not go to the other kid.
Castro said, man, if I shared my story, you might say, wow. Maybe that's something you should do, my brother. Share your story. That might be something that people need to hear that could relate to you, and maybe you need to hear yourself.
Yeah. People talk, that's one thing people don't do. And you know what? Castro, he might start crying, but he might need to release that.
Yeah.
Because that pain inside, it's never going to go away until you speak about it.
Speak on it.
Because there's people that feel the same way you do. Nobody knows. We can smile all day. That part that's inside of your heart that's hurting you, you keeping it inside. Listen, you sit in a dark room and cry because you scared to show people your emotion. I learned that. I'm gonna cry because it's a hurt that I have inside of me that I gotta let low. I gotta let go.
You gotta let go. And I will say this: the transferring of energy is necessary.
Of course,
it's necessary. If I step on a nail and I don't scream, something's wrong.
Yes,
something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? If I get hurt and I don't go, something's wrong. And to feel the emotion to cry and not cry, you are feeding that something is wrong. So it's okay to transfer the energy. I don't want to say be in control of it, but I want to say don't let it overtake you. You know what I'm saying? Overtake you. But Miss Jackson said the why is really irrelevant to her. She said I learned from it and be different with your own children if you come across that circumstances, and said they can't move on it or get over it because the question torments them in a way, and it's true. It can. If you think about a lot of things that bother us, it's the torment of the wonder. In many cases,
you know, it's not even that. I just I asked why because I just didn't understand where the hell you was. Oh, what was you doing?
yeah,
What was you doing? And listen, I don't even care. It's just the fact that I gotta sit in front of you and ask you the question why. You don't need to be in my presence. I'm grown. I think I don't outgrown this. I'm not.
just hearing you. I think the why is important because you want the individuals to know you haven't forgave them.
And that's one thing that
I think that's the importance of the why.
You know that why people will always know the frustration of the why. So what my why to you guys is my frustration of why.
Hearing.
You know why you do it. Why you do it. Why you do it. You're sitting next to me and you can feel why I'm telling you why. It's not why. Listen, it's my why. My why is my frustration of you being what you turned out to be. This is what you turned out to be in front of me. So why would I accept you?
Yeah, the why. That's the importance of the why. Is acknowledgement that there's no forgiveness. Like we didn't work. This ain't done.
No, it's not done.
I'm not done with it. That's the why. Because that's how it digs. And I think it's important to know that, like, the importance of why. Like, I never thought of it until this conversation, but I think understanding why you want that why is important to you, so you as an individual get why you're approaching the situation the way it is.
That's right, because you won't approach it if it didn't bother.
Yeah.
Or why you do it.
Why you do it.
When you talk to your kids, why you did it. It's bothering me.
It's bothering you.
It bothered me.
Yes.
So I just told you, before the show started, I treated like I was a child. Why did you do it? Your why that people do, that's the first word that comes out of people. Why did it happen?
Why?
What happened? Why did it happen?
I dig it.
So when people ask me, my why is my frustration. So I can ask you 1,000 times, why are you doing it? Why is me being frustrated with you doing the dumbest things? And being a parent at the time, these parents, if they wake up and understand the way we was raised, I think this world would be a better place, bro.
I dig it. I ain't gonna argue with that at all.
I think it'll be a much better place. And all the people that do have the same story, let it out.
Let it out. Yeah.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Speak
Share
up.
It. Speak.
Cry. Whatever.
Let it. Yeah.
Talk to somebody you close to. Just cry.
Let it out.
I
want to send a big shout out to Castro 718. I just realized I'm rocking the Goya joint. This is the joint he made. So shout out to Castro. This is one of my favorite sweaters.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, get off your ass.
This
is one
dope.
of my favorite sweaters. I rock this one religiously. So shout out to Castro. And shout out to everybody on TikTok as well as Instagram that's feeding in or commenting on, chiming in on the conversation. I see this topic is really provoking a lot of thought, and it's really dope. We love that here at Dungeon Talk. This is what we do. Like, this is a conversation.
I wish people ask me questions. Like, just answer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just rather all these people on these lives
ask questions.
Just ask.
They warming up.
I want
you're crazy.
I am. You can call me crazy, whatever you want. I'm gonna answer you. Bro. I'm gonna answer you.
And they might be scared to you ask them why you asked me that.
And that's the first word I'm gonna ask. Why you ask me that? And what was that gonna tell you? It's not nothing bad. We live in a society that we just need to talk.
Yeah.
You go to the barbershop and talk. You ladies go to the beauty parlor to talk, right? Just talk.
Find
somebody.
Find somebody. Just find somebody.
Don't call your girlfriend or your boy. They gonna lie. They all gonna lie. Your significant other, they gonna tell you the truth, and you just gotta call somebody that's close to you and live your life. You know. I look at this topic is bringing out so much in people. You know, it just, this is why I don't ask why, because why takes it a far way.
Miss Jackson said, "My son was murdered, and I honestly never asked why, and never blamed God." And salute to you, Miss J. That is something that I hope no one
ever
has to experience in life. You know, a loss in general is hard, but to lose a child. So I commend you on, you know, how you uplift and dealt with that situation, regardless of who may understand it. So,
you know,
just salute to you, Miss J.
That's even, you know, the Miss Jackson, the Sparta. You know, losing a loved one is more hurtful than anything.
Yeah.
You know, and there's no asking why, because why that's the wrong thing to ask. You know, because your loved one is not, it's not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
So at that time I couldn't ask why. Why did, you know, my frustrations is why it ever happened. Maybe God wanted this to happen, you know, and God showed me just the way to grow up and stand on my own 10 toes and understand life. You know, the same as Spud, as his time, being incarcerated, and God showed him a way. And they, you know, people that do read the Bible always say God don't put nothing in front of you that you can't handle. And I just live life different, man. And I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of hurt, you know. You just gotta keep moving, man. Moving. It ain't about, you know, you gotta keep moving, man.
Got to keep moving.
I sit in the cemetery and sit and talk to, you know, the people that I told you that love me, man, and tears come down, and I might not feel the same that day, but I'm good. I'm good, man. I move. I sit here and talk to Spud. You know, Spud would just tell me, yo, your frustrations. It's times where, yeah, I laugh, but you can feel the frustration. You feel the energy off of people, man.
And what we doing in total is we basically share with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We having this conversation, but it's a dialogue of the movement. You know what I'm saying? So, again, on that, thank you guys for that, and thank you, my brother, for being here with me. I know you crazy and all that, so you know
it could be no better. It could no better, you know. He lived, you know, it's things that he say that I don't know how he deal with it. You know,
I'm
losing,
I'm
and
crazy
he more
too.
crazy too. He just a little quiet crazy. I'm crazy, man. Y'all call me whatever y'all want. Listen, we all got the same, we might all have the same problems, man. You never know, man. You gotta speak about it, man.
You do.
I speak here because this is just free, this open, this is where I can let anything out, my anger. Open conversation. This is what I love, sitting here talking into Spud.
I wanna before we go and close out, I want to send a super shout out to the Book of Orlando that just jumped on. He said, "Much love, Nate. I always say you a 50 cat.
Always itch, man.
Split is a hybrid. But I do want to send a super shout out to the Book of Orlando. A lot of what we spoke about in today's show, he experienced a lot, and he basically had the journey with me, going through incarcerated at a young age and developing under them circumstances, and then coming home and having to adjust and live life while life keeps going. So I want to send a big shout out to my brother Booker Orlando, man. Salute you, my dude. I love you. I want to send a big shout out to my brother Itch, because he crazy too. He crazy too. So I want to send a shout out to Itch, man. I love you. In life, we both experienced a lot of things, and I want to send a shout out to my brother Big Bam on TikTok. Love you too, man. But oh, BSF Black Soprano Family, Tone, I see you. What's going on? West
good,
Wing,
Tone?
shout out to everybody going on. But we came to the closure of today's show. Really dope conversation.
Yeah, man.
We never planned this.
Never.
We just like
We just talk, man.
When we talking.
It get crucial sometimes, but we just talk, man.
It does.
It's dope, man. It's just a dope conversation, man. Not in no barbershop, nothing.
Nah.
We right here. We don't
right.
write nothing. We could take a whole topic. We just said a whole different thing today, man.
Yes, we sure did. But salute to y'all. Please be safe in your conversations, in your journeys in life, and keep moving. Keep moving. My man O said life after life. I love that. Life after life. And that's one way to keep it going. But like I said, we keep these talks going. We're going to have to give mind mapping sessions. Yep, mind map sessions coming soon. Coming very soon.
See that?
But everybody, I'm Sport Brooklyn.
I'm Nate.
This is Dungeon Talk.
Yeah.
I see y'all next week. We see y'all next week.
That's
and
right.
please feel free to ask those questions.
Please.
Make sure y'all ask us some questions.
Ask us, man.
Ask us some questions. But y'all be safe. Have a good night, man. Shout out to y'all, man. We are out.